Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. You are tuned in to the Snapper Fruge podcast, and I am your host, Snapper Fruge, aka LL Fruge, what I usually go by. But I'm glad you're tuned in. Thank you for listening. To all new listeners and continual listeners, keep listening. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tune in to listen to me babble about some politics and sports or whatever current event is going on that day. Been a big week, man. Last week, I ain't gonna lie, I was very disappointed, man. Super Bowl 51. Oh, man. Damn, Falcons. Now, you talking about a game? Now, I actually had a Super Bowl party, man. A lot of people left after halftime. They really thought the game was over. I thought the game was over. I figured I had me a few more drinks, just enjoy the night. By the time I sober up a little bit, I look at the clock. I'm like, wait a minute now. I know damn well I ain't finna let these Patriots come back. And what happened? This is like, you couldn't mess this up more than how Atlanta did. Like, kudos to the Patriots, though. I ain't gonna lie. I mean, I do not like the Patriots. They cheat. I can't stand them. But they are well coached and they resilient. They do not give up, man. Like, going into the third quarter, it was 28-9. No, the start of the fourth quarter was 28-9. 28-9. And you blew that lead. I'm serious. Like, I know everybody from Atlanta got to be on suicide watch, especially the players, the coaches. Like, how you blow that lead, man? I swear I just feel like Trump won all over again. That's how bad this stab wound felt. When the Patriots won, it felt like Trump actually walked across that stage one more time. It's just another taste that I can't get out of my mouth. But hell of a game, man. They came back. 25-point deficit in the fourth quarter. It made it happen, man. Went to forced overtime. And James White was able to score in the first series. I mean, so kudos, Patriots fans. If you're listening in, I give credit when credit's due. I'm not a hater. Congratulations on your victory. Hey, what can they say? Now, one thing that happens after the Super Bowl, a few things happen, man. The players have opportunity to go to the White House after the Super Bowl win. And a couple of the Patriots are, boycotting. They're not going. Garrett Blunt, defensive tackle Alan Branch, Dante Hightower, Devin McCourty, and Martellus Bennett are all sitting out in the White House. And the funny part about it, this is actually rubbing the president the wrong way, which everything does. But him and Robert Kraft, who's the owner of the Patriots, are very cozy. Trump is a Tom Brady fan. Tom Brady is a Trump supporter. So now Trump is actually reaching out to the president asking that the players who choose not to come, they should be cut from the team. Like, get your petty ass out of here. So if they choose not, they don't want to come to the White House, why would you? Do you want to cut them? They don't want to come. And I don't blame them. Like, all the stuff you said when you were running for president, when you were campaigning, all this rhetoric, racism, and, just trying to separate people, people still remember that stuff, man. And it's these players' right. If they don't want to attend the White House, they shouldn't have to. So if Robert Kraft actually goes through and cuts these players because they, are choosing to use their platform to stand for something, that's just crazy to me. And I don't think Kraft is that stupid to do that. But hey, Trump, listen, you say dumb shit happens, right? Get over it, buddy. That's too. I bet you Tom Brady would be there, though. And the funny thing about it, I think in 2011, 2012, when they won before, Tom Brady skipped the White House because Obama was there. So what's the difference? It's no different, man. So you got to deal with it. These players don't want to be there. You can't make them come. They don't need your money. They're already rich. Get over it, buddy. Also, during the Super Bowl, before the Super Bowl happened, it was a great interview that Trump had with Bill O'Reilly. I swear, every time this man talk, it's going to be like a new headline. Because the amount of bullshit that comes out of his mouth, you can't You can't even make it up, man. Like, I'm serious. My daughter, like 15 months old, and she wouldn't say this dumb shit that Trump. Clearly, he has nobody advising him, like, tell him, hey, bro, don't say that. Come on. You got to at least have one no man. You can't have all yes men around you, because if you do, you end up saying dumb shit like this. So, during the interview, Bill O'Reilly asked Trump, a series of questions and asked him, did he respect, Vladimir Putin? And Trump said, yeah, I respect him. Right? And to back that up, Bill O'Reilly is a Trump supporter. Been pumping Trump, actually helped him get elected. So when he said that, you saw Bill O'Reilly's face like he stood back like, whoa, like, why do you respect this guy's a killer? Is what Bill O'Reilly said. And Trump said, oh, he's a killer, yeah, but are we a U.S. any better? Are we any different than that? We do bad things too. We kill people too. So basically, in defense of Russia, Trump gonna bring us down with them. Like, don't put me as no Russian. I haven't killed anybody. Don't say that the U.S. is just like Russia, because we're not. We're different. We don't poison people if they have a different point of view. We don't kill people because they have a different thought process. That's what they do in Russia. They will kill your ass. You talking about the cricket media here? And if we were in Russia, it wouldn't be a cricket media because their ass would be dead. So don't compare, what Russia's doing to anything that the U.S. has ever done. It's totally different. You can't compare the two. I just can't believe he even said that. And the funny thing about it, if you just saw Bill O'Reilly's face when Trump said that, he couldn't even believe it. And there's just so many lies during the interview. I think he also mentioned that only 109 people were affected by the travel ban. 109 people? You must be talking about LAX, like one airport maybe. He said only 109 people were affected by the travel. So if you recall the travel ban, a judge in Seattle, said that this was unconstitutional and put a halt on the travel ban, which means that people can travel as they used to using our current vetting system, which was working, and business was going as usual. So, of course, Trump appealed that, and the appeal was unanimously rejected, right? So now we're back to square one. Everyone still can travel. Everyone still, if you have your visa, it's still like, when people don't understand, they're saying that, like, if we don't have this travel ban set up, like, people can just freely enter the country. We have a vetting system, and it takes years for people to get here, man. I heard stories 2-5 years. People have been waiting to get here. So don't say that we just have a system where people just walk into the United States, and no, that's not how it happens. Like, that would be crazy if that was the case. Shit, everybody would be here. But that's not how it happens. So it was upheld. There is no travel ban at this current moment. And I really think that this was a slap in the face to Trump, because now I don't even think he understands, like, what the next step is. What do you do now? Are we going to drop another one? Let's drop a new travel ban, and let's try to not say that we're going to ban Muslims this time. Because me, that was the dumbest shit ever, was for him, Giuliani, all these people, even Sean Spicer, they kept saying Muslim ban, Muslim ban, Muslim ban. So when people say it's unconstitutional just to separate Muslims, oh, no, it's not a Muslim ban. No, it's just, 7 countries that are majority Muslim countries, but we don't have a Muslim ban, which is bullshit. So basically, I have no clue what's the next step or what will become of this, but I do know now they are, locking up illegal immigrants and kicking them out the country right now. Anybody with a felony, if you're listening and you're a legal immigrant, you better tighten up now, because they coming to get you. A few people have been arrested. There was a mom arrested this week and actually got deported for some felony she had back in 2012. So some scary times, man. These people have kids that were actually born in the United States. So I can imagine, you getting up to go to school in the morning, you don't know if you're going to get deported. Like, that's no way to be living, man. But other news, as Trump turns, recently, it's been a lot of flack. People have been, boycotting stores that carry Trump's apparel. Like, if Trump's name is attached to something, people are boycotting these stores, saying they're not going to shop there. They don't want to do business with these people just because his name is attached. Same thing for his daughter. So basically what happened, Neiman Marcus and also Nordstrom's took Ivanka Trump apparel offline. They're no longer going to carry her apparel. And of course, this rubbed the president the wrong way because he took to Twitter, as he usually does. He said, my daughter Ivanka has, and I quote, this is exactly what he said, my daughter Ivanka has been treated so unfairly by Nordstrom. She is a great person, always pushing me to do the right thing. Terrible. Okay, so you're the president of the United States, right? You need your daughter to tell you to do the right thing. This is the kind of person that we're dealing with, man. You need someone around to tell you to do. So that means you're a piece of shit, basically. And you need someone to help you not be a piece of shit. Like, we cannot polish this turd, man. I'm telling you, this turd cannot be polished. Trump is a bad person. There's just no way you can get around that, man. Like, you can't attack. If somebody has a difference of opinion or like they don't agree with you, that's fine. People disagree all the time. We're grown people. You disagree. But you can't bully people from the White House through Twitter, and that's what he's doing, you know. And the crazy thing, this came from his actual president's Twitter account. Like, you tweeting this from the White House? Like, all this stuff going on. We got the Muslim ban. All kind of issues need to be going on. Let alone you guys trying to figure out a way to repeal and delay Obamacare. When do you have time to be worried about Nordstrom and, you know, Neiman Marcus? And the crazy thing about even more stores are backing up on this stuff, man. Kmart has jumped on board. Kmart is no longer selling any Trump apparel. And also Sears. They're getting off track too. So, listen, the whole thing is negativity spreads. Negative creates negative stuff, right? You preaching hate. You talking, you bad mouthing everybody that gets in your way. There's going to be repercussions from this. You can't just say, I'm the president, I can do what the hell I want to do. I'm rich. Like, to me, that's just another example of white privilege, man. He's basically using his White House to, for one, keep gaining the profit. He still has his businesses. I don't care what you say. He still has them. He still makes a profit of these things. And the Mar-a-Lago, the Winter White House that he goes to every weekend, that's like a private country club. You're still advertising your business. Because if people want to pay to go there, they're like, oh man, I would love to go hang out at Mar-a-Lago and hang out with the president. Hopefully I'm saying that right. That's promoting yourself, man. You shouldn't be able to gain a profit off the White House. And basically that's what he's doing, gaining the profit off of this. Now, back to Ivanka. Kellyanne Conway was on Fox in the morning, and they discussed Nordstrom dropping Ivanka Trump. And she promotes Ivanka's clothes online. And you know damn well you can't do that. Kellyanne said, go buy Ivanka's stuff. It's great. I'm going to go get some myself. We need to buy it up. You can't do that. You can't. It's so many conflicts of interest. I'm telling you guys, like it's almost unbearable. Every week is something new, and it doesn't stop. Like every week is something new, and we get hit with some alternate facts every week. The new thing that people have been discussing is this Bowling Green massacre that supposedly took place. Kellyanne Conway and Sean Spicer keep quoting, you know, that these massacres took place in Bowling Green. In actuality, nothing happened there. Two Muslims got arrested, but no terrorist attack took place. And then they cite in Atlanta. When the last time something happened in Atlanta? No terrorist attacks. I remember the Olympics, I think it was 1996, but that was it. So I don't know what terrorist attacks they're quoting or where they're getting their facts from. They also came out, you know, a press release from the White House saying that the fake news is not covering terror attacks. They came out with these 75 terror attacks that happened over a period of time. They say there's been no coverage on these terror attacks, which is, again, bullshit. Like, they're trying to lead. They're creating policy through fear is what they're doing. Like, he tweets out every day like, oh, our borders are not secure. Muslims are flooding in here. People could die. Like, it's all about fear, like placing this fear in people's mind to actually believe this shit. And that makes people actually feel some type of way. They actually think like a Muslim's really going to show up at their door and probably kill them. Like, me personally, I know more black people that have killed people than Muslims. Like, I see that every day. I live in Memphis. It's crime every day here. People dying every day. It's not Muslim. It's Americans killing each other. So let's do something about that. We talking about the terrorists coming in. Shit, we kill each other more than terrorists. So how about we fix our internal problem? Let's fix this. Talking about terror rate. Shit, I turn on the news every day in Memphis, man. Somebody, 2, 3, 11, and a 12-year-old girl got killed yesterday. Come on. That was actually in Chicago, though. But 11 and 12-year-old, that wasn't a terrorist attack. That's Americans. That's Americans killing each other, man. So these alternate facts and the stuff that, is being said to scare people into believing a certain way, I just don't think it's not fair, man. It's not fair to people who actually, tune into the news every now and then, and this is the only information that they have. Like, you probably listen to Fox, you listen to CNN, NBC, whatever it is, the news outlet. But if you get this one, rhetoric coming into your mind, eventually you're going to stop believing that. Like, if you say Muslims are bad long enough, hell, people might start believing, you know what, these Muslims are bad. We do need to clean out this country. Like, in actuality, we got a lot more other things we could be doing with our money to boost our economy, educate the youth, educate parents. And me and my cousins were actually talking. We had a big, not argument, but a big debate last night, just talking about why is the crime so high, and why school systems are going down, especially inner city schools. Why is it so bad right now? So Trump's pick for education secretary is Betsy DeVos, right? And here's a lady who's going to be over the public school system of all schools, who doesn't believe in the public school system. She believes in the school voucher. She's a school voucher advocate. Also, she believes in charter schools as well. Like, she doesn't want to have public schools around. So I was asking my cousin, his wife is actually a teacher up in the school board. And I just asked her, like, so is the problem that we have with the youth, is it education? Is it, the parents? Is it the lack of income for the teachers? And what it boiled down to, what she was saying, is that it's the parents. There is teacher burnout that happens all the time. A lot of people say teachers don't get paid enough. They don't earn for the value that they play in a child's life. They don't get compensated for that in their paycheck. But I mean, she disagreed. She said here in Memphis, teachers actually start out with a pretty decent salary. I think mid-40s, and teachers are paid well here. And the biggest problem is the parents are not involved in the kid's life. Like, let's say, for instance, if your child gets in trouble at school, instead of coming in and telling your child that, hey, Leroy or Billy, don't you ever skip class again, they come in and they take it out on the principal and the teacher. Like, how do you know my son skipped school? How do you know where he was? Like, instead of like scolding the child, they want to scold the administrator, the teacher, the person who's in charge, which is crazy. But in my opinion, I think, and I say this almost every episode, that everything boils back to education. I feel like if people are educated more, they make better decisions. It's in fact, I think you have a less chance of doing dumb shit when you have a better education. When you have a decent income coming in, you don't have to be out robbing people and scheming and trying to get over on the system. So I still feel like education is important. And if we have this new lady coming in that doesn't value public school, because most inner cities, the kids are in public schools, man. And those are usually the inner city schools, or the F schools, or the schools that are not performing well. And that's one thing that we discussed as well last night, that how can teachers be held to a higher standard. Because when I came up, it was this whole thought, no child left behind. And I don't know if you ever heard that, but like back in the day, like if you had a learning disability or you wasn't a quick learner as everybody else, sometimes they would hold you back in school, which means you would be retained from moving to the next grade. But now they had this No Child Left Behind Act, which pushes kids along. Like, let's say if I failed the second grade or third grade, even though I failed, they're going to find some way and some loophole to push me to go to third grade. And the problem with that is, okay, I still don't have the fundamentals and the learning. I didn't learn second grade, right? So how the hell I'm going to be successful in third grade if I don't know second grade? It all, it goes together. You accumulate knowledge and you keep growing from that point. But if you're missing the fundamentals, you're never going to get better. And I feel like this is a disservice to these kids because they're always going to be behind the 8 ball. Always. Like, I'm not going to lie, I was not a studious, child at all. I never valued education when I came up. And the crazy part is my mom's a teacher too. I come from educated. My mom, my auntie is a teacher. My uncle's a teacher. Like family educators. But I never valued school. I always thought sports was the way out, or some form of entertainment. But at the end of the day, the best decision I've ever made was continue going to college and to get my college degree. Because once you have that, you always have something to fall back on. Like if this podcast doesn't blow up and I, don't become a millionaire, I can always go and maybe teach. I could find some job that if you have a college degree, you get your foot in the door. So that's what it's all about, giving yourself more opportunities and make yourself more marketable. If you have a degree, you have something to fall back on, and that's something that they can never take away from you. Like a lot of people joke with me all the time and say, hey, Snap, boy, you was in college for a long ass time, boy. Like, people used to call me Dr. Fruge. That's how long I was in college, man. Seriously. Like, I was in college for a long time, man. But I learned a lot. You learned a lot about yourself in college. But the moral of the story is education is the most important resource that anybody can have. Like, if you're educated, you can always take that with you, So just keep that in mind as we look forward to this new administration and Betsy DeVos, the lady over education. Let's see what she actually does. Hopefully they have the right mindset and try to do right for all kids, not just the nice neighborhoods and the ritzy areas, but for the inner cities, because that's who really need it the most. Like, when you look at, crime and, murder, most of the time it's happening in the inner city. That's where it all breeds from. Like, people are struggling. They're not educated. They don't have good jobs. And we stuck in this rut, this same cycle of violence, robbing each other. Like I can't even watch the news because every day somebody's being killed. Usually by somebody that looks just like them, That just kills me, man. Right now, it's Black History Month. It's February, man. It's no way a black person should be killing another black person during Black History Month. I'm sorry. Like, to me, there's no excuse for that. So it has to be some kind of way we can find a middle ground for people to either, find better work or find a different solution other than, killing. What happened to fighting? You remember fights? What happened to that shit? I remember I've had my ass whooped plenty of times. And I can get up the next morning, I talk about it, put a little snow peas on my eyes. But I live to tell that story. Now, people don't live to tell these stories anymore, man. People are literally, they're dying. Dying out here, man. So, we got to find a way to make sure that our youth, and as well as their parents, kids to me are a reflection of their parents. When I see a well-mannered kid and I see a kid with manners and, carry themselves well, you look at their parents and they usually the same way. They instill this in their kids. And just the opposite, when you see a kid that ain't doing shit and, just a knucklehead for no reason, talk to their parents. I guarantee they the same damn way. 9 times out of 10, it just trickles down. So somewhere along the line, we got to break this cycle. We got to, start valuing education because that's what it's about. I read an article this week. It was just showing that, comparing NFL contracts, NBA, baseball to someone who creates programs like computer programs, and showing like the lifespan of somebody, a computer programmer. They might make upwards to $200,000, $300,000 a year, right? But they can do that job till they damn near 60 or 70 years old. So they're gonna make between probably $5 and $10 million in their lifetime, right? In the NFL, I think the average salary is like $3 million or something like that. And the NFL stands for not for long, right? Because you don't stay that long. So the lifespan of NFL players is like 3 years. So you get all this money, you get $3 million for 3 years, but this $3 million is supposed to last you for the rest of your life. So what they're trying to shift and let kids know that, hey man, I know you want to play football, but you have a much better chance of being a computer engineer or a lawyer or a doctor than becoming a professional athlete. Because literally, like, to make it that far in sports, you like hitting the lotto. It's literally like Powerball. But if you apply yourself in school, do your homework, shit, you can be an engineer. You can be a doctor. That's easy. And think about your health. Like, you're not going to have all these injuries and head trauma from playing these sports. You get up in the morning, put your tie on, clean, you go to work, and you still got money. So somewhere along the line, we got to change the thought process and what is success and what is accomplished. All this perspective on the person. Like, my success and your success are two different things. But we got to understand that there's more than one avenue to get to these places. I know I'm preaching on about this education thing, but I feel like this is very important. And if you have a kid, just talk to them about other options other than what everybody else is doing. Show them some demographics, or show them some salaries of tech people and lawyers and doctors. Show them those salaries, and they'll be surprised to think, like, damn, over my lifetime, I will make as much money as an athlete and still have my health. To me, I think that's very, very important. So if we can start making these small changes, I think we can see a difference in this. And once again, this is me, Snapper Fruge. I'm your host, and this is the Snapper Fruge podcast. I usually go by LL Fruge sometimes. Fruge! But it's been a pleasure talking to you guys. And if you have any feedback, you can email me at snapdog7, that's SNAPDAWG7 at gmail.com. Or you can follow me on Facebook. It's Snapper Fruge, and my last name is spelled Fruge. And follow me on Snapchat, Twitter, Instagram is Snapper_Fruge. Once again, it's been a pleasure. I look forward to talking to you guys again next week. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. I'm fighting to bring light skin back in style. Come on, help a brother out. But anyway, I'm out here. Y'all have a good one.